But I come from long, I've known Igor probably 15 years. So I was in distribution, I worked for rep companies, I've known Dave for probably 12 or 15 years. I quit my job in November. I didn't know I was quitting. I expected them to say, hey, no, come out for dinner and drinks and let's work this out. And they said, no, that's okay, we'll see you later. So we'll see, that's still to be said. So November 4th, I opened the Tech Reps, and I want to market as well as distribute or represent product. I think there's a big gap in the market when it comes to distribution, representing, and also a gap in your market. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Your name?
Mike.
Mike, how are you?
Pleasure.
What's up, guys? How are you? All right, cool. So, I watch a lot of Gary Vee. Raise your hands, Gary Vaynerchuk. Anybody watching? Yes, very cool. So a lot of this stuff will be familiar to you guys.
Thank you.
So a lot of people wonder what I'm doing, they can't figure it out, and basically I'm just marketing for you guys and not just shoving product down your throat and calling you at the end of the month and saying, we have to hit your rewards points, we have to hit your goals and stuff like that. I want to be on the front lines with you. If you have any projects you're working on, let's go live. Call me up, Rob, I'm on this unbelievable project. Can we go to Instagram and go live and we'll talk and I'll walk you through it instead of a lot of ahums or ahs. So I'm able to do that for you. I love going out to projects with Steve. He just left. He'll come out and film the project, give you guys value back like that, and promote it out on your social media platforms. So I'm not here to be an internet guru. I'm here to help you guys figure out how you can be more successful and use the internet to your advantage, right? So I'm going to do my best to get through this class. Hopefully I'll provide you guys value. And then you guys can call me up. We can work together. We can run some Facebook ads. A lot of it is what we call test, learn, and adjust. So you put a Facebook ad, you test it, you learn what was wrong, you adjust it, and then you go on from there, all right? So, on the presentation, the overview, why social media, why marketing, where to social media, how to social media, website and SEO we'll touch on, and some email campaign if you guys want to do that as well. I did 2 years of business programming, and I built my websites. I started in 1998. With actually 92, I had a Tandy RLX 1000 for us older folks, and then I went over to Web TV for a while, and here we are in 2018. So, why social media? Obviously, you want to drive customers to your website. I think the biggest mistake people are making today is they're pushing the boost button on Facebook, or they're putting up a website, but there's no conversion. There's got to be an immediate conversion for the end user because we all know everything's an impulse. Call, which is okay. For each platform. Obviously, it's a great way to promote content, give real customer insights because you're going to get feedback, you're going to be able to learn from that feedback, and you're going to go out there and do it again. Again, test, learn, adjust. Increases brand trust and integrity. In the 70s and 80s, it was Macy's, Sears, all those big companies, and I remember the first Herman sports store came in, and we were like, look at the size of the store, like they have to have money, they have to be a really big company. Today, I believe that that's done with how many people are following you on Instagram, how many Twitter followers do you have, how many likes, how many people are engaging with you. It seems the first thing somebody says, I'm on Instagram, you're like, how many followers do they have? And it's giving us credibility. So I think that's changed a lot. And now those companies like Toys R Us, what happened to them now? They're out of business, they're going down. So they didn't convert on the internet. They were actually using Amazon to sell their stuff in the beginning. Helps manage your reputation. It helps keeps customers engaged, which always leads to more sales. Any questions? Over 70% of Americans on social media. It used to be NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, CNN, all those good TV channels that would get our attention. They'd sell us stuff through the commercials, and now it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and those social media platforms where everybody is. Social media is the plumbing of the new word of mouth. Everything you do is now on social media. It's the word of mouth. You have a really nice project. You give a really nice experience in that image or on that video, someone's going to share it, someone's going to like it, someone's going to talk about it. When's the last time you watched the commercials? It's pure Gary Vee. We all watch TV and we fast forward right through the commercial. If we're watching a live TV sports event, the first thing we do is look at our email, look at our social media again while that commercial is playing. Market the year we live. I don't believe in paper. It's when you put out a paper ad and you spent money for that ad, you can't retract it. You don't know who looked at it. You can't adjust it, and once it's out there, it's out there. You spent the money. At least on Facebook, you throw $5 on an ad, you could always pull back 2 days later and say, you know what, I'm going to change the context, I'm going to change the image. It's always manipulated. You can manipulate it after you put it out there. We talked about Toys R Us. Walmart didn't spend $10 billion. It's over $10 billion that they paid for a jet and a couple of other e-commerce sites. And those, that money spent was not to help you guys sell more smart home automation equipment. Amazon Home Service is now in the arena. So again, instead of sitting here complaining about Amazon or typing away at Amazon or doing anything negative, I always like to go to the positive. I always like to see how can we, as smaller companies, help ourselves. Smart belts, smart pants, you know, all that stuff is coming. It's going to be an incredible, incredible world. Website, business cards of the 90s. So I have business cards, I'll hand them out, but really my phone is right there. You have your phone, you want to do business, let's just swap numbers. There's no reason for me to take a business card from you. If you want to do business, let me give you my number now, or I'll take your number and we can work that way. I think the website's becoming a little more static because people are spending money on AdWords to get them to the website, but then there's no conversion again. And it's like doing the crazy dance. Me and JJ always talk about doing the crazy dance. On social media, you're able to reach out to a lot more people than waiting for them to come to your website or search those magical keywords that they're going to find you on that Google website, right? Is anybody running Google AdWords? How many people have a website? Websites, right? We all have a website. You getting traffic to it or? No?
I've been building it for the last 2 years.
Got it. We'll get into that. So this is what it's going to look like in 5 years. Google, I need a TV. And Google's going to spit out ABCAD will be here tomorrow. So what I'm telling you is I would concentrate more on the voice, on Alexa, and trying to figure out how to get into those algorithms because in the 5 years, you know, when the iPhone first came out, there was only a few apps, and then you had 100 apps, and you had 1,000 apps. The people who had the 100 apps got all the attention because it wasn't surfing through endless apps, right? So, you're right here with Alexa now. It's the land grab. Get a voice skill, figure out how you can provide value to your customer, and of course, broadcast that skill out there. Alexa, I need the following for a TV install. Your order will ship from DSG tomorrow. That's the way it's going to work, guaranteed. All right. How many people on Facebook? Facebook, is everybody on Facebook? Instagram? So you guys are all familiar. So this is the way I broke it down. Facebook's like a pub or dinner party. Twitter's like a cocktail party. A blog is like a public or technical diary. TV channels for everything on YouTube. LinkedIn's a trade show, corporate conference. And photo album, you get the rest of it. That's where the magic happens. What's next and how can we get on there early? Again, the arbitrage of being one of the first out there. There might not be a lot of audience or a lot of people, but those people that are on there are going to pay more attention to you because there's not a lot going on. How many hours a day does your future client spend consuming social media? Anybody want to take a guess? Shannon, how many hours a day do you spend on social media?
Altogether, probably around like 4.
4 hours?
Yeah.
You being conservative? 9 hours.
9, huh?
9 hours. Yeah. I mean, my daughter, she has a TV in her room. She's always on the phone. And when we put the TV on, you guys experience that at home if you have kids? Like, when we put the TV on, they're just in their phone. Do you watch TV or it's just in your phone?
I watch a little bit of TV, but not much.
Watch a little.
The TV in the kids' room are solely for PlayStation.
PlayStation. So this is where we jump into the platforms. I like Instagram the best. 800 million active users. I think 80% of that is outside the US. So for you guys concentrating in a more New York area, it's a little bit more difficult. Instagram stories is at the top. What's the main reason for these platforms, for a Mark Zuckerberg, or for, what's the main reason? Why do we have these platforms, or why do they run them?
To connect people.
Ads, money. They want to make money. How do they make money? By keeping you on that platform. So the content you put out is going to be favored more if it's good, because you're drawing attention to that and you're keeping that other individual on the platform. So the main purpose is to put out good content, so Facebook favors you and you keep people on the platform. Good? So you have Instagram stories, they disappear within 1 day, within 24 hours, you can post that up there and it's gone. You could run a poll, ask them if, you know, I put up a picture of a movie theater and I'll say, who would Netflix and chill in here, yes or no? You're getting feedback again, seeing who's interested in your content.
That's a really good idea.
Polls. Yeah.
Especially about the work that you've done to show it off.
Absolutely. Yep. Hacking culture, trying to get into their brain.
Yep.
Definitely. I like the polls. Story highlights is similar to stories, but you can keep it on your profile. And in this market, smart home market, I'd probably have 3 or 4 of them. One would be a home automation system if you do Crestron or Control 4. The other one might be a TV brand, or what TVs do, we don't know, and just have these short little videos on that profile, so people, when they visit your profile, they can instantly click on it. Live videos, I love. Me and Dave been doing a lot of live videos at night on Facebook. It brings attention, and we've watched those audience numbers grow from 1 or 2 to 5 to 15, and the more you do it, the numbers will grow as long as your content is interesting. And we have a lot of fun ourselves. I mean, you watch 200 or 300 people view it over 24 hours, and hopefully they're getting some value out of it. And again, I always say the more content you and I create, the more successful we're going to be. Because Amazon's out there doing belts and shoes, Lowe's is doing lawnmowers and weed whackers, and we're all competing in the same stream. So if all 10 of us, or whatever's in this room, all put stuff on social media about the smart home, it would bring more awareness to our market, and hopefully more awareness to you. Tag other Instagram. Oh, this is important. Go live with clients. There's a guy who's Technically TV on Instagram, and he's one of my favorite Instagrammers because a lot of people post something like this, and you're not gonna make me pick up the phone and call you for a smart home when you have just beams and wires hanging out. There's no interest there. There's no grab to it. If you look at the bottom picture now, it's a little more exciting and enticing. Like, that's really beautiful. What Technically TV does, I think that's the Instagram handle, he takes pictures of his clients after the work is done with a big smile on their face. I wanted to get him to do videos, or you guys to do videos with your clients, even in distribution. When somebody comes in and they're constantly buying product, get a video with them. Just, hey, do you mind if I do a video, whatever he's buying? Because you keep seeing him buy that, he obviously believes in the product. And dealers sell other dealers. Reps and distributors, it's difficult for us to get the information to dealers. But you guys, if we can get videos of dealers saying this is a really good product, I don't have a lot of problems with it, I think that's the way to go when you're in distribution. So this works both ways, using that live or using those videos. Go ahead, sir.
And if you don't mind me saying so.
Please.
Or adding, so I'm in the public relations business for the manufacturers. And it's very beneficial when I'm putting some sort of a case study out there or a unique study that quotes a dealer, whether it's a testimony or an endorsement from a dealer as to the uniqueness of that particular solution or the application, because we know in manufacturing that an endorsement from another dealer will resonate with other dealers.
Absolutely, and I love it. And anybody has anything to say, please. That's how I'm going to learn. That's how we're all going to learn, by throwing stuff up at the front of the room. So going live with clients is an awesome way to get attention, and again, it gives you, not confidence, but it gives it, I can't think of the word. All right.
Well, the validation.
Validation, credibility is what I'm looking for. That was the word, credibility. All
But
right.
he's got to be legit, you know.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want to pick and choose the people you go live with.
Right.
You know, definitely. I'll give you all the credibility. Stand there and go for it, Paul. Direct messaging is cool. You could probably direct message 100 people and won't get an answer, but it's the chance of them answering, whether it's a celebrity or somebody that can endorse you. I'm going to go into hashtags now, deeply. It's important. You got, who's on Instagram? You're on Instagram. I know you are. You're on Instagram. Instagram. We're all on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
When you hashtag and you start to hashtag something on Instagram, it's going to automatically try and finish it, right? You have an or a hashtag fill, I guess you could say, and it tells you how many people use that hashtag. And your goal when you hashtag is to get an audience, is to bring exposure to that post. So you know when you go to hashtags, it gives you a recent column and it gives you a latest column. A recent and a popular. A top column, top pictures, and recent. What you want to do is you want to find your sweet spot of hashtags to get in the top and consistently be in the top, because that's when people are going to notice you, like your picture, and of course if you have good content, they're going to follow along a little better. You good, Igor? You sure? I'm going to get you on Instagram. I'm going to get you on Instagram. So what I'm saying is, when you start to type out that hashtag, it's going to say 6 million times, right? So as soon as you use that 6 million, the hashtag that's been used 6 million times, it's going to drop fast. You're going to drop really fast because everybody's using that hashtag, and that image drops fast, you don't get a lot of exposure. Whereas if you find a hashtag with 200, it's going to stay up at the top longer, but a lot more people aren't going to see it. So when you start hashtagging, I know for the tech reps, if we hashtag and we use a hashtag that has between 20 and 60,000 users, we're gonna stay in the top. If I go to 100, 150, I'm losing. I'm gonna be in the recent, and I'm gonna drop out of nowhere. So as you guys hashtag, I would mix it up a little bit. I would go between 200, 500, 1,000, 10,000, and see what gets you to the top, and then continue that way. And it'll grow as your account grows, if that makes sense. Right? Because you just want to keep that in the top, the hashtag. All right.
Hey Rob,
yes, sir.
you're talking about Instagram. Can you explain a little bit from your perspective why you think Instagram will have benefits beyond, let's say, for example, Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter for integrators?
I only talk to the integrators because it's what I know, what my background is as far as where my history is custom integration. So I know the product, I know a lot of the people, I know the system. You know, it's just my experience. On a general level, it's just known that Instagram has 30% more engagement than Facebook. So I've literally done tests where I'll put the same picture up on Facebook and Instagram, and my Instagram will definitely get a lot more attention than Facebook.
Oh, that's huge.
Yes, huge. And what we're doing is we want attention. But Facebook, we'll get into it, has other benefits as far as demographics, posting longer posts. I like to think of Instagram as a magazine. It's my magazine for my company. So as you're flipping through those pictures, it's literally like a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook is more of like the dinner party thing, or, you know.
Are you linking your Instagram to Facebook?
I have it linked, but I also I post separately on my Facebook. The Instagram always goes to the Facebook, and then I linked it to Twitter. They're all linked, but it's still separate things going on. And I'm not asking everybody to hop on all these platforms today. I'm doing it for a while. I would choose one platform, probably Instagram, and start there. And you get to learn hashtags, and you get to know the platform. After 3 or 4 months, you know, have the page, the Facebook page, getting the bleed over from the Instagram. But then every once in a while posting something individually on Facebook to change it up, because a lot of our followers are on both platforms and see the same material. I put up with it. So links do not work in Instagram captions. You probably know that you can't link out of Instagram, so you have to put it in your profile. A lot of times in the beginning days when I had a video up, I would put the link to the newest video up in my profile. Now I just have it on my website, and when you go to the website, all those videos are there from the YouTube. So this is my opinion, is make sure your posts are related to your brand. I respect my brand, which is the Tech Reps. I look at it as a separate entity. I have to guard it, and I'm not the Tech Reps. The Tech Reps is its own. So when I'm doing something on the Tech Reps, I respect it. I don't put my family pictures there. I don't put my barbecues. It's really because the people that I want to engage with are expecting technology. They're not expecting pictures of, you know, my family life. I have a separate page for that. And I understand some people think the other way, and that's fine. I'm just telling you how I think. Some people will put their family pictures up saying, hey, this is me and my company. It's a smaller company. I like it comfortable. Whatever you guys decide, I just like it to keep it professional. Run giveaways, promotions, engagement. One of my biggest pet peeves on the internet is people don't engage. Big manufacturers, they stand on these platforms with their arms crossed. They have 1.5 million or 40,000 followers, and they're following 200 people. As we move forward into social media land, I think that's why Macy's and Sears and all these other companies are going out of business as well, is because John started printing his own t-shirts. This guy started making his own hats, and they started engaging individually with people, and you want that. People want to feel connected. If I feel disconnected from a manufacturer that sells speakers, and somebody grabs my attention from another speaker manufacturer, and they're liking my posts, and they're following me, that's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm out here with you guys today. I want to engage with you on these social media platforms and provide value, if that makes sense. Yeah? You can put questions in the comments to have people engage more. Instagram influencers is pretty cool. I think it starts at 20,000 followers. When you see somebody around 20,000 followers that's on something specific, whether it's a vacation, photography page, it's a very, like the Tech Reps, like DSG, it's a very specific driven page. And when we get 20,000 followers, people would probably engage with us and say, listen, will you sell this product? Can I post on your page? So I approached an architect page that had 1.5 million followers, and I wanted to post a picture of mine for the Tech Reps to gain traction. And they said, yes, we'll absolutely post it. And I had a really good smile for a second until they said, okay, it's $250 an hour. So for me to post my picture on their Instagram, it was $250 an hour. I didn't do it. But that's the way Instagram is. It's marketing. They want that money. So then that's when I clicked off and said, I'm going to be like Shannon. I'm going to get on Instagram and I'm going to try to be an influencer. And in the long term, in 5 years, I want those 20, 30, 40,000 followers so that my manufacturers can come to me and say, hey, listen, would you post this up there? Absolutely. This is what it's going to cost you. So you're building a business inside of a business, right? And I think when you go to sell your business, even if and everybody says, oh, Rob, you know, Instagram's going to go off in 3 to 4 years. That's great. I can't wait for it because I'm going to be on the next platform and all the people I hadn't followers on Instagram are going to remember me and say, hey, Rob's on this new whatever and Paul's on there and Chris and everybody else is. So don't be afraid that this is going to crash or sink because your brand is out there and you have the exposure to go on to the next platform. All right? Facebook, 2 billion monthly active users. Facebook ads, you could boost them, but the value when you boost it isn't in just clicking the boost. Now, does anybody run a Facebook ad? Nobody? All right, good. I caught you before you lost a lot of money. So Facebook ads, you got the little boost button. I'm sure you guys all saw it. You can go into demographics. I'm running one right now in Rumson, New Jersey. So you could pick anything out. I mean, you could tell us what age you want to be, how much money they make a year, what their gross net, with everything. So I ran it. You have to. So in order for you to see this ad, it's for high-end movie theaters. It's a picture of grandparents holding a grandchild, and we're trying to entice the grandparents to come back in to the movie theater and have their grandkids, and maybe the grandkids will stay a little more if they have a movie theater. So you have to be a grandparent. You have to make over $300,000 a year, or you have to be liquid over $2 million. Liquid. So the reason, obviously, we want to do movie theaters, maybe a 30-year-old or even 18-year-old can afford one of these. But we're demographing an older crowd because if you ever watch Shannon on her Instagram, she's like this, right? Where a 60-year-old is going to go a little bit more. They're going to slow it down. So when you do demographics, you want to think about the way they react on these social media platforms. So again, high worth value, the grandparents, the grandkids, and the slower moving that they're going to read that ad. How am I doing? You got value? All right. Create and advertise events. Facebook's got an event which I like. Does anybody use Meetup? This was pretty cool. You gotta go?
You guys head out. Thank you
Go
for
ahead.
your time.
All right.
Thank you guys. Sorry,
Take care, man.
sorry to leave midway, but
That's all right.
just stopped in to say hello.
No worries.
We'll see you on Instagram.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
So, Meetup was cool. We put a Meetup in the last one when we did Theo's house. We had 3 people, and it's just bringing more people. Obviously, you guys are dealing with the public. You might want to use Dave's showroom here and have a Meetup and let them hear Sonos, let them check out the movie theater. I tell the guys for Rava, is if you have a high-end client that you qualify, they don't have a home theater, and a lot of the installers, and you can tell your installers or your dealers this, when you send an installer out into the field, have the installer note what is on the wall. Is there a poster of Kiss? Is there Elton John? Is it some movie? And you bring that back to the owner of the company, and then you come to me and say, Rob, the guy loves Rocky. Okay, fine. On this date, bring him up to the movie theater with 5 of his friends. We'll give them wings and beer, and we'll play Rocky, and we'll give them the disc at the end of the day. If it's the Yankees opening day, throw some Yankee shirts on the back of the chairs, have them come to the movie theater. We have a local restaurant supporting us, so it works with them as well. It's usually local people coming into the movie theater and taking advantage of that. Have conversations, create Facebook videos. Facebook Live, we talked about it. The Instagram Live, me and Dave are usually on 9, 10 o'clock at night with JJ, getting with the guys. Business milestones, it's our 10th year in business. Facebook payments is really cool. To get the sale, you want the least friction as possible. So when you're selling something, they have to click here, they have to click that. When you see a picture, it's literally going to be a mark on there where you can just buy that remote. You know, so if you have a picture of a living room, you could put a Sonos soundbar, a Sonos subwoofer, a Logitech remote, Lutron cassator on the wall, and each one of those spots they could just pick and buy it right there from the image. I picked this image out as well because it provides value to different groups of people. Number one, other technicians are going to love this. The remote's on the back of the TV. It's not cluttering up a drawer. They know where the remotes are. And for the homeowner, they're going to look at that and say, wow, that's a really cool idea. I wonder what else Restrepo Innovations can do for me, right? So it gives you a lot. This other one, the good night, from my friend Jen. When people are going through this stream, as soon as you see an advertisement, it's a little, I gotta get out of this. But when you see that, it's a theme from Facebook, so why not say good night, Alexa, or did you tell Alexa good night? So you actually welcomed them into the ad before they realized it was an ad, right? Because it's only on Facebook that, I've only seen that theme on Facebook. Twitter is one of my favorites. It's not what I use all the time, but it's just like one of those places anything can happen. 328 monthly active users. On that tweet up there, I got 90,000 impressions, 1,400 likes, and 266 retweets. That's just to show you what can happen in a tweet. 90,000 people saw that. It's not somewhere where I would post. I always run with the hashtag, a trending hashtag. It's more of a counterpunch to engage. I use trending hashtags. So when you go onto Twitter, it'll tell you what hashtags are trending. Sometimes I'll take every one of those hashtags and put it into one tweet, and you'll get about 1,000 impressions. So if you're watching TV at night, a lot of people watch TV shows, and they're commenting on these TV shows, and I'll say something like, if you don't have Sonos, you're not listening to The Walking Dead, or something like that. Something to encourage. Oscars, the Super Bowl was awesome. I took clips of each play and posted that. That got a lot of impressions. Again, just hacking culture. There's an AV in the AM by Chris Nito of Barco. It is an awesome tweeting group. We all get in there. When you wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I do is go into AV in the AM. I absolutely love it. There's I don't know how many people, but there's a lot. Chris will ask us questions, and we all talk about the things in the industry, whatever Chris is, and then it bleeds into other things. Chris, thanks for setting that up. It's a really cool group. AV in the AM. Interactive influencers. You can grab anybody on Twitter, the same as Instagram. And create lists, so you're not going through your whole Twitter stream. You can create lists as your favorite people to watch their tweets. YouTube, 1 billion monthly users. It's the second largest search engine behind Google. I put up my first video March 26th last year, and right now we have over 72,000 views, and I had no idea where that video was going to lead to, and it led to me being here with you guys and really paying attention to YouTube. So when you do the title, anything I post, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, it takes a while. There's a 20 minutes to almost an hour sometimes thinking out what hashtags I'm going to use, what image I'm going to use, what am I going to talk about. You want to do that for the title of YouTube. You want to say, what is the best remote control? You want to use keywords in that title. I see too many people just putting weird stuff in there like it's an MHX Pro, whatever, URC. People aren't going to go into Google and search MX Pro unless they're probably a technician looking for information. You have a lot better chance if you say what is or how to do. Those work on YouTube. Fill out the description as much as you can. So if I was doing a post on a remote control, I would say, what is the best remote control for a smart home solution and home automation? Keywords all filled up. The description, I would go to that remote control's website, I would take down the context, and I would put it in the description. Put links in the description, whether it's your social media or your website and all that good stuff. The using cards and end annotation is able to link out of the video to go and buy a sale or get onto your website or other social media platforms. When I do my keywords in the bottom, there's a section. I don't just put smart home. I break every word down first. So it's smart, comma, home, comma, smart home, comma. I'm using a bumper in front of the video. When you put up a video and it's going to be about a remote control, you can call Control 4 and say, listen, I need a 6-second video. Start your video, throw the 6-second video in between, and then continue your video. It provides value to your manufacturers, strengthening that relationship again, showing them that you're supporting the brand by putting them directly in the video. Custom cover for the video, that's a lot more attractive than just a picture of her. And the closed caption works. You have to set the closed caption on each video, but again, as YouTube scrolls through all the information of that video, if you have closed captions, I believe it will look at those closed captions, again, with words that you spoke, remote control, etc. like that. LinkedIn, you could use business to business. I think it's hard to get to homeowners in LinkedIn, but if you wanted to get an architect or interior designer, it's a great place to do that. I wouldn't jump in and say, hey, I'm the best Control4 dealer. That's a little annoying. I like to go in and just start a conversation. Pinterest is interesting. 81% of the female, We know that the female makes 80% of the decisions in the home. Don't say anything. You got a long time. So Pinterest is a great place, and Snapchat I stay off of because it's just not my demographic. 18 to 30-year-olds is where Snapchat's at. And that's it, fellas. That's it. Was it value enough?
I think it's great.
Give you some information?
Yeah, I think, it's the $64,000 question right now on how to use social media to move your company forward, no matter what you do,
Right.
you know? So for you to provide a pathway like this for integrators, I think is really, really beneficial.
I appreciate it, Paul. We, as I said, the repping company is my main focus, and it's so hard because the dealers are saturated. Everybody, you're saturated. It doesn't matter who you are. You have so much coming at you as far as emails, phone calls, texts. How can I be different than the next guy, the next rep? Cold calling you. Let me give you some value. How can I help you in your business? And that's really what we want to do with the tech reps. It's really, so hopefully I did that today. I'm going to continue other avenues and figure out how I can help you and do that.